Excuse me, what is your business here? Kind of looks at...
I'm in a union. Go fuck your mother.
Excuse me?
I'm in a union. Fuck you, man.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, and this is Call of Cthulhu Occult Origins. Occult Origins. Anyway, I am Grinning Moon, and I will be your host this evening. Tonight we are presenting the 5th chapter of Occult Origins, The Watch. With me this evening are my friends and fellow cast members surrounding me today, and let's just take a moment to let them introduce themselves and the characters they are playing tonight. We'll start with Mega.
Hi everybody, it's myself, Mega. Recently returned to the internet, streamer in general, and I play the character of Morgan, also known as Döring, a smuggler, a smart, thrifty, cautious person who, shall we say, has a healthy fear of the fairer sex. And I told them not to do everything they did, and I was right. Looking forward to it.
And one of the people that proved him right, Garbot.
Hi, I'm Garbot, or Sid. I play Hank Trainer, who actually thinks that this went really well, and Morgan has no reason to be freaking out right now. Everything went exactly to plan. It's perfect.
And we'll go over to Melly.
Hi everyone, I am Melly the Martian, playing Livy Domingue, and everything's dangerous, all of it, and you will watch this, all of it. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the session. I'm so excited, you all. I'm so stupid excited.
I feel like you're already yelling at Will.
No yelling, just subtle suggestions.
Yes.
Anyway,
yes.
Squinkleberg.
Hello, it is me, Squingleberg, aka William Graves, son of my previous character, Billy Graves. Excited to be back. I stream on Twitch, or at least haven't been, but I plan on getting back into it later this month, actually. So looking forward to that, but even more so, looking forward to playing this game.
And then finally, Fickle.
Hey everybody, yeah, I'm Brian, or the Fickle Ficus. I am playing Rory Sheck, a mobster with a heart of gold. And I'm excited to get started here. I mean, it's definitely hitting the fan, and I have no idea where we're going.
Fair enough. So with all that covered, just a friendly reminder that you can also influence the story, lend aid, cause chaos with the Fate of Dice Redeem. It's one of the channel point redeems, and once per stream you can influence one of the rules, success or failure, and it's your choice, and it kind of helps you impact the story as it unfolds, as you kind of watch us here with us. But now, without further ado, let's roll the trailer and set the stage for the evening. We'll see you soon. Hello, and we're back. Now, let me just set the mood with a little bit of sound tomfoolery, and here we go. The late night looms over the quiet stillness and incandescent lights of the warehouses in the dock district. The acrid smell of stagnant seawater and industrial detritus lingers about. A man with a russet brown complexion and disheveled clothing leans against a brick building as he watches the street. Suddenly, a car squeals around the corner and guns it towards him, the headlights quickly approaching. He quickly dips out of sight as the car barrels down the road towards him. The tires screech as the car lurches to a stop in front of an old firehouse. Rory quickly pulls the parking brake. Morgan runs to the bay doors, and Liddy cradles Gabby in her arms in the back seat.
So Morgan,
Hank
who
is
are these
like-
people? Oh,
And they are the Knights of Ouroboros, the people that he's been working with.
can you guys hear
Knights
Mega?
of Ouroboros? We cannot hear you, Mega.
You can trust me.
Oh, there.
When I figure out how to unmute myself, I'm always on point.
Uh,
These are the Knights of Ouroboros. They saved me and they'll look after us. This here is my friend, and he took care of me and nursed me back to health to make sure I was available to save all of you. So if they're
Right.
good for me, trust they'll be good for you.
do I know anything about the Knights of Ouroboros?
You don't know too much about them, but you do remember it being knights being mentioned with the people who were protecting Merryweather in the train.
Okay.
And then I'll start striding around and over here, we need medical assistance quickly. My friends are hurt.
As the bay doors swing open, the disheveled man in the disheveled clothing ushers you inside quickly. As you all file in, he shuts the door behind you and locks it back up.
Don't worry about the boy. He's just crazed. Quick, take the female. She's wet.
Please help Gabby. Please, you've gotta look at Gabby. She's hurt.
You're led
Uh,
past it. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
Hank kind of like touches Rory's arm, just like, hey, you trust these guys?
The Knights of Ouroboros? Is that who you mean? Or these guys?
Yeah.
You mean the Knights of Ouroboros?
They're the
Okay,
same.
that's-
Yeah.
yeah. No. But I don't know if I have another choice right now.
Hank kind of fidgets with something in his pocket.
You got a better idea?
But
In the panic, in the hubbub, you're led past an ambulance and past up a pair of stairs, just as a familiar medic rolls a gurney out from the infirmary. The lumbering man speaks. What happened?
I don't know. We were in the hospital room and this doctor. I mean, I think he was hurting Gabby and we took her out. She
but-
needs to be seen. Please.
Go ahead and go ahead and put her down on the gurney. And as you lay Gabby down, the medic gently kind of retrieves the IV bottle from your hands. That's kind of still clutched in there. He looks down and sees the wound. When did this occur? As he kind of pivots and begins to wheel Gabby towards the infirmary.
Minutes ago.
Okay. Thank you. I'll take it from here. And as the group follows instinctively, yeah, the disheveled man kind of steps in front of you to kind of block you from the door. Listen, I can't let you go in there, man. He needs room to work.
Why not? She needs us. Why not?
He knows what he's doing, and he kind of puts an arm out.
But we don't know him. Rory, we don't know him. Gabby
You know that
can't be
guy
in
right there?
by
He points at
herself.
Morgan, right?
That's
He-
not...
He saved his life. Let him do his job. He's a
Don't
vet.
worry. These guys know what they're doing. I'll need an update as soon as there's a change in our condition. And we may as well wait somewhere where we can be comfortable. I don't know about you lot, but I need a drink.
Absolutely. Morgan, you mind taking them upstairs?
Let's go. Don't
We'll let you know
worry,
as
don't
soon
worry.
as something changes.
Livy's right. There's nothing else we can do right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna stride off. I'm about to get some stiff spirits in me.
As the group ascends the stairs,
I'm gonna stay here. I'll stay by the door. In case
You're
anything
looking
does
the west for where, Rory? I wouldn't stay here. You may as well let them work. They'll let us know as soon as anything changes.
Every time I've left Gabby's side, something's gone wrong. I'm staying as close as I can. If I can't go in that room, fine, but I'll stay here.
you will be
Whatever
right
you
upstairs,
think.
but if you want to stay right there, that's fine. You just can't go in that room.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like, I'm not even like looking at the group. I'm just sort of looking at the door, sort of staring off into space, the space behind the door.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys go.
All right. And as you kind of the group minus Rory ascends the stairs, you kind of actually it's one of you everybody roll me a spot hidden. Rory, you can too.
Okay.
Hank will kind of hesitate to go upstairs, but we'll definitely follow. Spot hidden green.
Is it the green or the purple? I
It's the
always...
green.
It's green.
Oh, I hit it twice, but I got an extreme.
Okay.
Nice. Dude, spot.
Okay.
Sorry, it's always so laggy for me. Roll 20.
Oh,
That's fine.
Roll 20 is a
It's-
little
it's
weird.
it can be weird sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I get success. All right. So, Hank, you notice it like almost immediately, and of course, and you notice these weird etchings kind of around the perimeter of the ceiling, kind of near the molding, and of course, Rory and Livy almost immediately recognize them as well, runes.
Do I recognize what kind of runes they are? Are they like just the hidden protection
They're the
runes?
obfuscation ones, yeah, the hidden ones.
Got it. Okay.
And
Hank's
as
hand kind of does a hard clench on whatever's in his pocket.
Livy is gonna walk up to, because we haven't gone upstairs yet, right?
yeah, you're just heading up
Like,
the
yeah.
stairs right now.
Okay. So she's gonna walk up to Rory and just like put her hand on him, just say, hey, like you see these, right? Like we've gotta stay vigilant on this. I mean, this is a good sign, but I don't know how I feel about being here.
Yeah. I don't feel good about anything right now. That's why I'm staying as close as I can.
Do you need anything? Do you want me to bring you anything back?
No, I don't. Do you need anything?
I just need Gabby to be okay. I don't know what happened.
We handled it. We'll handle it.
I'm gonna run up there. If there's anything, just shout. I will be right here. Okay.
Again, this whole conversation, I've like probably looked at you for like a second, but my eyes have still sort of been behind the door.
And as Livy heads up to catch up with the others kind of round the banister upstairs and see a lounge and kitchen and find a lingering scent of maple syrup
Sorry.
upstairs. As you look around, you see that the lounge is furnished with pool table, couch, and a workbench, while the kitchen has a fully stocked icebox, gas range, and small dining table. There's a door in the back that leads into the sleeping quarters, but the walls are adorned with keepsakes, pictures, and trophy of the 369th Infantry Division. And the regiment's flag is depicting a silver rattlesnake is centered among the memorabilia. In the corner, on the workbench, sits a radio, its circuits and valves strewn out over the workbench and spliced into another device. As the group settles in to the area in uneasy anticipation, they await the results of the surgery. Take this time to unpack everything that happened while you wait for the medic.
Hank's kind of sitting off on his own, lights up a cigarette. Smoking that in one hand, he has a silver pocket watch that he's kind of rolling across his knuckles and through his hand. Just constant fidgeting movement while he's just kind of staring off, just deep in thought.
I'm gonna stride over to the bar, pour myself a whiskey, no ice, and grumble something about, "You don't quit while you're ahead. You're going to fall behind. I don't know why this group is always getting into something over their heads. You need to be smarter."
Livy's gonna stomp over to the bar to Ndewo, and I need a double. Whatever you're drinking, I want double. And I don't want to hear any more, okay? We are doing our best.
Don't drink too much. You don't want to be asleep when your friend wakes up.
Oh, this is for my nerves, Ndewo. My nerves, which you are getting on.
If you'd have just followed my advice, you'd never be in this position. Trying to storm into a hospital with no plan. How can you be surprised when things go badly?
What other
No,
choice did we have?
We had a plan, and it actually went off really well.
A plan going off well doesn't result in 2 people getting shot and 1 being in critical condition. What kind of plan is this?
Actually, I'm just really confused. So these guys are after you, right? Like, y'all being, like, hunted or some shit?
We got mixed up in a bad way, okay? Just give us a minute. Will, are you all right?
I'm pretty like wide-eyed and been very silent for like most of this ride. I'd be like, yeah. So Livy, what did you see back there in that doctor's office?
What do you mean, Will? You were right behind me.
I know, but I just like to be, I'm detail oriented. I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. What did you see?
Yeah, well, we entered the room and, this thing was over Gabby and he was cutting her. And it just, we had to protect her. You saw it yourself, Will.
Yeah. I definitely saw something. That's
Thank you.
a good way to describe what I
Yeah.
saw. Or like swallow kind of hard and heavy, and maybe even look over at like Ndewo a little bit of like,
Goodness gracious! I mean, you saw what I saw. We had to protect her. We had to.
I'm gonna pause between sips of my whiskey and I look at Will and be like, "I bet you wish you stayed with the boat now, eh? Next time, perhaps you'll listen."
Hank will walk up to the bar. Let me get one of those. No, my whole thing is. Look, back at Shaq's place, there's like 4 fucking guys for one dude. Now, granted, I get it. Rory's fucking huge guy. But why is there so many?
Why must you be a messenger of the past? We need to think about what we
No,
must do next.
My point
We
is...
have the girl.
Shit. Why was there only 2 guys at the room? It was too easy.
What's your next move? What happens now? Say the girl awakes and she's able to be moved. Where do you go? You need to think 2 steps ahead.
Kind of looks to Livy. He has a point.
The second Gabby is okay, we're getting the hell out of here. And we're going far away, you guys. And Dewo, I need another one.
Ah, you see the drink there, eh? Pour it yourself. I'm going to sit in this chair over here. It's been a long night and I'm tired, but I suggest you think, what if she doesn't make it? What then? And if she does make it, where are you going? You can't stay here forever.
What the hell do you mean if she doesn't make it? She's gonna make it. She's
must
gonna
be
make
prepared.
it.
You
You
must be
trust these
prepared.
people, right? You trust them, right? This is a surgeon. This guy saved you when your ass was on the line. What do you mean, what if?
And if I had died, you would have gone on still. You must be prepared for the best and especially for the worst. And then I stride off to the chair with my whiskey. And I think Rory I don't trust him too much. I think he's burnt out. You may not be able to rely on him going forward.
What do you mean?
You saw the state of him down there. He's not all together. He's getting to him. And when he's like this, you don't want to trust him too much.
I think we're all worse for wear right now.
Not focused, and there are problems.
We just need to get some rest. We need to. What time is it? What time is it?
Hank checks his watch.
It's approaching midnight.
Fuck, it's almost midnight.
Are
It's
there
time
any...
to plan. Make plans, ne? Make plans.
Okay. Just... Okay.
I think what really needs to happen is sleep. Livy, no offense, but you're not looking so good. With all this, nobody can think straight. Get some sleep. Just a new one. Kind of just takes his drink, walks over to a far chair, and sits down, still just holding the watch.
I think this is a good time to go back downstairs, where Brian is, or I should say, Rory.
In fact, I was about to ask if I could slip down to talk to Rory.
That's actually perfect. As the camera kind of follows Will downstairs, as everybody kind of like gets dark and brooding and goes into their residual corners to drink. You slink downstairs, and Rory's still standing there next to a small sitting table with 3 chairs. The other man sits by the door just kind of casually and is smoking a cigarette at this moment.
Okay. I'll kind of quietly approach Rory because I know he's probably still eyes locked on the door and just kind of excuse me, Mr. Shack? Is that it, Mr. Shack?
What's up, kid?
Hey, wanted to talk to you about, what I saw back there and what happened with Livy. In that room, she lost it. There was a doctor standing over her, and correct me if I'm wrong, Moon. I didn't see any cutting or anything. He was just kind of like,
He
doing
was
a little, like,
he was doing a
check.
shitty job putting the IV in. That's what was
Yeah,
happening.
yeah. So he was like, he was inserting an IV, and Livy saw something completely different. I asked her up there that she saw some kind of monster or creature that was cutting. I'm afraid that she might be seeing things, Rory. She killed that guy back there. Just some doctor. I know you're freaking out too, but you guys seem to be real close, so I just, wanted you to know what's going on, because I'm just here. I'm just here, but you guys, care about each other, so, sorry to add to your, list of things to worry about, but, I also wanted to ask you something about, you said my dad, you said Billy died. Can you tell me a little bit about how?
Yeah. There's a town just east of Boston called Rockport. We went there following a lead about some strange activity. A lot of us, the group, sort of why we're together, is we've seen some shit. Shit that shouldn't exist. Probably saw some of that tonight. Things that shouldn't happen, right? Whatever Livy saw or didn't see. We've seen a lot of it, the group of us. So we've been following trails, trying to understand what's going on in the world, or, I don't know, on the edges of the world. Your father, he was very interested in that.
Don't have to tell
Specifically
me.
in a man named Michael Thomas. Your father sort of went hunting for Michael Thomas there in Rockport as we were looking for what was going on there. We got there and there were swarms of crows all over town. People were cooking crows on a stick. It was a very strange atmosphere. Nobody in, nobody out. Nothing made sense. So we did some digging. We saw some things. People saw us. And your father, well, he went to meet a man in a barber shop. The man turned out to be Michael Thomas. Shit hit the fan after that, kid. I don't know what to tell you. But we went down a long and swirling road under the earth into the caves beneath Rockport, where Michael Thomas started some strange ritual that, between what we were trying to do to stop it and the ritual itself, brought down a lot of the caves beneath the town, and brought down your father as well. He followed Michael Thomas into a hole in the earth. Some kind of portal to hell or something. I told you he was dead, I don't know. He went down. But I don't think there's any way back from where he went.
Sounds like he found what he was looking for. Sure as hell wasn't me or my mom. So,
Sorry.
guess he should be happy. Well,
Why are you still here?
feels like I don't exact choice, but also I was just trying to figure out what happened to my dad. You know, my mom's sick. Within the last couple months, she's fallen asleep. It's a sleep sickness. Have you heard of that? Such a thing? Someone could just fall asleep, not wake up, keep sleeping. So, you know, we had a little bit of the money from the war. You know, my brother passed away, so we got some money from the government and was able to use that to pay for the first initial round of doctor's bills. But it's that now that that's run out, I was trying to find my dad, who's got the rest of the estate. So if he's dead, hopefully I could get power of attorney over the rest of the whole mess and get her the care she needs. But now that kind of I'm in this, I never figured my dad would be right. And what you said just sounds ridiculous. You have to understand that, right? Portals to hell? Are you like? But I can't deny the weird things that I've seen since I've met Livy.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing here. But I'm here for now, at least.
You said Livy stopped 2 guys in that apartment too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was trying to hide, and she got caught, and was gonna try to stop him. You know, I at least give a distraction or something, because they had put a bag over her head. But she told them what to do, and they did it.
Just then, the door to the infirmary opens. The door squeaks open as the medic comes out. His eyes a little glossy and wiping his hands absentmindedly with a stained rag. You want to get everybody together?
I'll go get him, Rory, and I'll run up and tell the others.
Hey, I'm glad you're still here.
Thanks. I'll run upstairs.
As you kind of gather everybody, and they clamber down the stairs, the news, and gather around. Medic clears his throat.
I just want to say I didn't clamber. I walked sedately. Just saying.
Fair.
Olivia about fell down the stairs making her way.
As kind of takes a deep breath, and the bullet didn't hit any vital organs, so I'm gonna stop the bleeding so she'll live. Excuse me. Her spine got hit bad though. She won't be able to walk. I did my best. I'm sorry. Nervous system stuff's tough. And he kind of like absentmindedly turns and heads back into the room. I'm gonna get her cleaned up. As he,
Can I see her beyond him inside the room?
Oh yeah. As you kind of step behind and kind of get an angle, you see her. There's a little bit too much red in there to make you feel good right now, but she's still breathing. Sure.
And it's her.
Oh yeah, it's her. The other one who's standing by the door, he kind of addresses you. He's like, hey, listen, there's 44 bunk beds in the quarters upstairs. Feel free to rest here for the night. Oh, this is exhausting. Considering that I think 3 out of 5 of you are completely sleep deprived. That sounds amazing. So you head back upstairs, you enter the quarters, and there's 4 bunk beds in a cramped but very tidy barracks. There's also a little window faces the street out front. And as you kind of as your heads hit the pillows, most of you conk out almost immediately. But Will, I'm gonna drink some water because I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
Dun dun dun.
All right, your mind races with everything that's happened in the last 24 hours. Getaway organizations, supernatural forces, and your father's disappearance, death, going to hell, all dance across your psyche. As you
Eating crows.
eating crows, yes. As this kind of dances across your psyche as you slip beneath the waves of consciousness. As the cradle of sleep rocks you gently like waves at sea, your stomach churns unsettlingly as a smell of salt and musk tinge your nostrils. You hear the groan of wooden timbers as your eyes open. You find yourself in the bowels of a ship, curled amongst the supply sacks.
What the hell?
Lanterns sway as the ship
Sit
rocks.
up. Do I see anyone?
No one down here. There are barrels of supplies and stuff, and there's a staircase that leads up to the deck.
Is it like bright, like daylight coming through the deck?
It's like it's bright, but it's not a daylight. It's more silver, like a moonlight, but like on the fullest moon you've seen.
I'm gonna like stand up slowly and get my bearings and kind of like slowly make my way up to the upper deck.
As you clamber up and onto the deck, you hear the distant caws of crows as the ship pitches, cutting through the waves in the star-strewn sea. The murmurations of the crows swirl among alien constellations in the night sky overhead as twin moons bask the deck in a pale azure. The ship's crew, an amalgamation of man formed bipedal creatures, bustle about the deck as a figure stands at the helm sternly.
And like, kind of like, do I seem scared of these, like the crew at all, or
They are
do I
foreign
feel
to
at-
you. It's
Yeah.
the weird feeling of what your dream would create almost.
Okay.
So it's that, yeah, that's weird,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's continue moving forward, because that's not the way this is flowing.
I'll go to the helm and approach it. Can I see who's piloting it? Is it one of
Yes.
these like formless or one of these creatures?
As I put people back in place over here,
what
because
happened?
somebody
That's weird.
flickered. Hold on.
I crashed for a moment. I don't really know what happened. I'm so
Alright.
sorry.
Where everybody is. Okay. I need to be there. I need to be there. Everything shuffles as I touch it, so is that right?
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Sorry about that. As you approach the helm, an old familiar man with wild eyes and short, grizzled hair mans the helm of the great ship. His eyes gaze out with fervor and purpose as the crows caw distantly on the horizon.
Is it? I'll say. Billy? Dad?
He Old man's wild eyes turn from the horizon and fall to you. And as he does, the determination turns to shock, panic. You can't be here. He rushes you and grabs you around the shoulders, lifting you effortlessly off your feet as they lose purchase with the deck.
Oh, Dad. Mom, it's Mom. Where have you been, Dad? It's Mom. She's sick.
That doesn't matter. This is my burden, not yours.
What are you talking about? Dad, I need to know where you kept the rest of the estate. Tell me where to find the money, and I don't give a fuck what you do, Dad.
Money? It's under the boards, of course. The chair. Rocking chair. You should know this, but you really can't be here. He pulls you to the side of the deck and slams you against the banister.
I don't want to be here. You think I want to be here? I want to be at school. All right, Dad? I want to be a boy.
You're not ready. You're right. And he thrusts you over the railing.
Whoa!
As your stomach lurches up into your throat, as you fall overboard and plummet into the sea below. You look back up as right before hitting the surface and see the old man peer over the rail before you smack into the surface. With that, you hear a match strike as you awaken in your quarters, chilled to the bone and drenched in sweat in the early morning. The bluish-gray light from the overcast sky outside pours in through the open window, and the bustle of the docks resound from outside. Hank, you see Will wake up panicked and panting, drenched in sweat. Will, you see Hank looking at you while lighting a joint perched in his lip.
Kind of just gives him a moment as he gets it going. Let's Will kind of come back to himself. Sounded like a bad one. You all right?
Yeah, that fucking asshole. Sorry, I was in a dream about my dad. Don't. Ugh. You
Had
get
this one
nightmares
before?
ever?
Yeah, sometimes.
I'll take out a journal and start writing it down. Like, I try to write them down while it's still fresh. Helps me kind of process them a little bit.
Keep a dream journal?
Yeah, I journal about everything. I'm a school. I'm a student. I'm actually a journalism major. Been working on my manuscript. I want to write a book someday, but
Even though it's
So,
like first thing in the morning, he still looks like weary. Like he barely slept the night before. You know?
you feeling okay?
Oh, yeah. Peachy.
Oh, I mean, you got shot, man. And
This is nothing. He just kind of like waves it off.
what? You've been shot before?
Well, at least a few times. You don't get out of France without taking a shot or two.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you were in the war?
Did my time.
Yeah,
Kinda.
my brother was in the war.
Yeah, I heard you mention that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know him.
I only remember him from when I was little. He was a good brother, though. Wish he was still here. But I'm glad you got back. So,
Yeah.
that's a nice watch I saw you with earlier. Is that from the war?
No, I've had this watch a long time.
No. Nice watch.
He's no,
just as a note, as Will and Hank conversate, the others may or may not stir from their sleep. Completely up to you guys.
I finished kind of writing the rest of my notes. Shut my journal.
You know, Wiseman told me that dreams are a way of the spirit world to connect with us. Sometimes it's messages, sometimes it's just a lesson. But kind of takes a deep drag of the joint.
I'll reopen the journal and write it down. Who said that?
No one. He kind of starts fiddling with that pocket watch again.
All right.
As this kind of occurs, the sweet, savory smell of bacon wafts into the quarters and naturally begins rousing the others from their sleep. As Will kind of clamps up his journal, and each person kind of gets up, collects themselves a little bit.
Ah, bacon again. When will they remember? I don't eat the pork. We need to go and put something in our bellies. Black coffee, sit down and figure out what we need to do next. Why is this girl so important? Somebody needs to make me understand why we're going to so much trouble for one person.
Oh, my head. Do you have to wake up screaming like this?
Wake up? I've barely slept. I don't like to try and rest without a plan. Now you're all here and I feel trouble is on the way. Black coffee. Come on, get a move on. Military style, we would have been up an hour ago.
As
Kinda.
Follow his orders.
As everybody's kind of leaving the room, Hank will kind of like touch Will's shoulder just very gently. Well, kid, go home. Back to take care of your moms. You don't need to be in this shit.
He's in it now. May as well leave him. He's come this far. If you really cared, you'd have told him to stay with the boat.
He kind of just like waves you off. Seriously, it's not gonna go good.
Look,
Well, why don't you
I'll
sc-
consider it, but there's a few things more I need to find out about. I'll be careful.
Mark my words, young man. Once you're in this deep, you don't want to go it alone. There are things out there you're not ready to face.
This coming from the man who walked away and went it alone.
Walked away, I was shot. Yeah? I was dying. And if it wasn't for these people, I wouldn't be here today.
Well,
As you kind of bicker entering the kitchen, there's enough food to feed a small platoon laden across the countertop. James, the medic, ushers you in as you step out of the clean quarters. Come get a plate. Help yourselves. Got some scrambled eggs over here, hash browns there, bacon, pancakes over there, some OJ, milk, and fruit at the end. Oh, and I just made a fresh pot of black coffee for my man right there. And then, bon appetit.
Hey, James, is Gabby up? Has she eaten?
We got her on fluids. She can't eat right now because she never woke up. We're
Who's
not
we?
sure.
Is there someone we could talk to who's in charge here?
Can I go see her?
Sam will be here in a little bit. I was just gonna get you fed before all that.
Do we know a Sam? Does that name mean anything to us?
Was
Merriweather?
Samuel Wright?
Samuel Wright.
You met him before. He was the leader.
Trying to remember.
You guys met him back in season 1.
Season 1. When
Trying to
Morgan
remember
got
at the
Samuel
train
Wright is-
yard.
Oh,
Yeah. These are the same people.
Samuel Wright, who
Was talking
thought-
to Georgia.
we thought was dead.
Huh. No?
No.
So when you guys left the train station, there was
Yeah.
that group That's the Knights of Ouroboros.
Okay.
They were protecting that. They pulled out and blew up the station to kind of
Yeah, I
smoke
remember
screen.
that.
And then
And we were
you
on the
never
train
heard from
with
them
who?
again. And you went on the train with Merryweather.
With
Mm.
Merryweather.
Merryweather is the old man with the
Yeah.
the damage.
And I'm
mask.
trying to remember who Sam Wright was in relation to Merryweather. Like, I don't remember.
He
who.
was the leader of the group that was kind of working with him to keep him hidden in New York.
Okay, I understand. Sorry, I thought that Merryweather was his own organization, but it was the Knights of Ouroboros working with Merryweather.
Yeah.
I understand now. Sorry.
Yep.
That was a long fucking time ago.
Yes,
It was.
It was literally a year ago, so you're good.
Okay, so I do know who
It's
these people
wild.
are. I definitely do trust them more than I thought I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a little bit of
so-
rapport.
Yeah.
Got
So
it,
some of
got
these
it,
people
yeah.
I'm like recognizing. Like, this is essentially they've made the same setup here as they had in the train station. A lot of this iconography is familiar.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I actually am like, this is the fucking safest I've felt in. I probably slept better last night than I have in a long time.
Yes.
That makes
Okay, okay.
sense. That makes
You just
so much
didn't
more
recognize
sense.
the disheveled guy, and honestly, you were sleep deprived last night, so
Yeah.
let's. Bout of madness has happened, multiple of them. We're gonna just say that you weren't thinking straight.
My
It works
brain
out.
was not quite on my shoulders. I'm also still processing a lot of things. But this
Right.
is, I mean, I didn't know how to find these people, but these are the people that we needed to find. That, like, thank God, like, you know, this is who we've sort of been looking for to connect
Yeah.
to. So, good. Okay. Yes, Sam. Good. That's good.
So, yes, as you kind of load up your plates, get some grub, get seconds, silverware scrapes on plates, and the group's table manners are laid bare before each other as they dine. As the plates slowly become empty, their bellies grow full. James sits back on two legs of the chair and beams at the groups. Satisfied?
With what? The food?
Yeah. Full? Get enough?
It was
Beautiful.
good enough, my friend. The coffee was good, but you always make too much bacon.
Listen, you can just not take it. It's there for
Doesn't
everybody.
matter.
We're in
The
America.
smell assaults my nostrils.
Okay.
I'm going to
That's
take a
fair.
handful of bacon and just eat like 6 pieces in one bite.
I'm
take what's
surprised
left.
Rory's even awake. You should still be asleep.
So that's awesome, beautiful. Now I need you to do your part. He gestures to the heaps of pots and pans and dishes in the sink. His chair thumps forward and screeches back as he stands up and begins walking down the stairs. Appreciate the help, guys, as he kind of waves and descends the stairs out of sight.
Fucking KP.
I'll get up and start doing the dishes.
We need to make plans, guys. Honestly, we're wasting time. I don't like not knowing.
I don't think we can make a plan without knowing what Sam Wright has in mind. Because we've been trying to make plans for a while now, Morgan, and it keeps going somewhere to the right.
What's so important about this girl? Why is she such a big factor?
Well, we found her kidnapped in Michael Thomas's basement. And she has visions of strange things. She's got some sort of power. She can see things that are far away that you shouldn't be able to see. It's she's got powers. I don't know. But she's just a kid.
A person like that, very interested parties will be motivated to find her.
They
You
already
must
have.
do
I
a
mean, they
good
have been.
job.
They've look. We've been running from them ever since we got the girl. Okay, Georgia. You remember Georgia? She, I hesitate to say sacrificed herself, but she joined. I don't know.
Weatherwood.
She essentially
the
turned herself
Merryweather-
over.
Yeah, to the people who were pursuing us, and I don't know if she's
Who
dead
are
right
these
now or if
people
she's
then?
one of
To
them.
be clear, who are these people pursuing us? Like,
They are a group who's interested in the occult
Do they have a
and the
name?
powers that it could afford them, and studying them. They wanted to study this girl.
Okay.
It's a chapel of contemplation and
And that's who this Michael Thomas character was working with this organization that was trying to study her.
I think he was working with. I don't know if he was working with them, but they were interested in what he was doing.
I see. So,
as Livy clears the table and brings more plates to Will, she's just going to clarify. They were more than studying her. They were using her for her power.
Michael Thomas was.
okay. Now, my question, see, is at this point they've seen me, right? Like, am I like?
Will, wait. Young
Hey,
man,
yeah,
who are
no.
you to be doing all this planning? Leave it to the
Hey,
professionals.
I'm asking how fucked am I, dude? I came into this looking for my dad. Obviously, he's not here, but I wouldn't lie that I'm a little curious to figure out what's going on. But at the same time, like, I need to know: am I like, are these people going to be looking for me now?
I mean, you'd have been better off staying at the boat, like I told you, but
Well, I can't get back on that boat, Hank.
Hank, that
I don't
doesn't
know, Will.
help.
I don't know. You might be fucked. Okay. We might all be fucked.
how are they even finding you guys?
Can
They
we
have-
just all be clear? Like,
Yeah.
we're all fucked. We are all,
Oh, for
all
sure.
of us
We're all
in
fucked.
this room. We've all been seen. We're just royally.
No. The three of us, we were good in that hospital. We were fine.
The way I
Remember,
see it, there's
disguises.
two options.
They weren't going to tell who you were. They have no idea who hit that hospital.
There are two things you can do from here. You're either equipped enough to protect the girl, or you must figure out why she's having these visions and stop it. If she no longer has these powers, people will no longer be so invested in finding her.
I don't think it's
What do you
that
mean if
easy,
she
Morgan.
no longer? What do you mean if she no longer has these visions? Gabby is who and what she is. There's no changing Gabby.
These things happen for a reason. She's probably cursed or touched by something unnatural. This is more than superstition. There's a problem, and if you have the skills, solve it.
Morgan, we can get there when we get there, but she hasn't woken up in fucking days. Okay? I don't even know if she's gonna live.
That shouldn't pause you in your work. Even if she's indisposed, there are things you can be doing to help her.
Like what? For
Find
example.
out where she's from. What do we know of her history? Why is she having these visions? Where is this power coming from? There are questions here, and I'm not hearing answers.
Does the girl have parents?
We haven't had time to look.
No.
We've been running since the day we found her.
Well, now we have a moment. We're safe for now. These people can protect us, but not indefinitely. Now is the time to start asking some questions.
When she
somebody-
is awake.
So I mean, like,
Awake or not, you're
it
wasting
seems like
time.
if her parents are out there somewhere, that's only the rightful place for a child.
I agree. Unless they were abusing her like Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Figuring out where she came from, and if her parents are safe, maybe we could figure out something there. But
As you
gotta go
talk,
to the source of the lead.
somebody ascends the stairs.
Hank kind of scoffs at this conversation and walks away.
As the footsteps ascend the stairs, and a tall black man rounds a corner, dressed in a I didn't have a outfit worked out. My bad. Nothing's coming to my brain. Anyway, as he rounds the corner, he nods at Morgan as he approaches and kind of stands over by the dishes as you finish. I think Morgan raises some good questions, but he is right. Once you get on your feet, you have to go.
I hate to say I told you so, but once again, I told you so.
Told us so what? That we have to leave?
We
when we're
have
on
to
our feet?
move. We can't waste time. We need a plan. A plan.
I don't remember you being so mouthy, Morgan. Since when are you so mouthy?
You
Since
don't
I had to
remember
save
this?
yourself, since they shot my boat, since we had to come back to my place of sanctuary, you have disrupted my
Your
life.
place of sanctuary, Georgia. No, this is Georgia's place of
Oh, my
sanctuary.
God.
And where's Georgia now? She was shifty, and now she's in more trouble. And I don't want what happened to her to happen to me.
You guys, listen. First thing, Rory, this is how you brought Indewo into our lives, as mouthy as he is today. Okay, just want to clarify that.
Mouthy, but right.
Secondly, what do you mean we have to go? I mean, we need help. We can't just leave with Gabby injured like this.
The
I
best
understand that.
help is when you're resourceful. They can stay here, she can stay here, and they can heal her. But we need to find answers.
She is not
She's-
going to be without us for another moment. No more.
Can't help her through what's coming next. She can't walk. We can't move as
Look.
fast or be as effective with her.
Look, I have no vested interest in this girl. At this point, this is all just a bunch of trouble you've dumped on my doorstep. Now, I don't mind making sure that the girl's not going to bleed out and that she's stable before you move her. I have no problem with that. But beyond that, I cannot put my men on the line to protect these shenanigans. It doesn't...
Shenanigans? We have to be able to come to some kind of agreement. I mean,
Doesn't it make sense to so you guys oppose these? I'm sorry, I'm a newcomer
Merryweather?
here, but like the Merryweather people, is that who they're called? Like, is that
Weatherwood?
something?
Weatherwood,
Yeah,
sorry.
Weatherwood. Is that something that your organization is doing? Like opposing them?
Look, they've been on alerts ever since Merryweather left, and we have to lay low. They're looking for the people that were helping them. They know an organization around in New York was helping them. And if we stick our necks out right now, they'll just chop us all down.
But if they want this girl, doesn't it seem to be your interest to make sure that doesn't happen?
I'm not
If
fighting
what you
a-
guys say is right about this girl. She could see things that other people can't, including maybe where.
Right now, she's passed out in an infirmary, not doing anybody any good. I can't bet on things I don't have. Or bet with things I don't have, I should say.
The
But-
main situation seems to be this. The girl can't move. Even if she heals, she can't run. She'll need legs. Rory, are you going to commit to carrying her everywhere? Because it's going to slow us down.
we
Yes.
can't leave her. We're not going to leave her.
Then
It's
we
not
need
an
to find a
option.
place to take her where she will be safe. And do you have an idea of where that would be?
Think
Sam.
Morgan.
When we leave this place, what do we do, man? We don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're just trying to keep her safe and stay alive.
And I hear you, but you have to understand my point too. I have dozens of men.
I'm not asking you for your pity. I'm asking you, what do we do?
Look, from my perspective, you need to get more information. At this point, you need to stop running. Morgan's right. You need to get this girl out of Dodge if people are going to keep on shooting at you. You don't want her to get hit again. Next time, you won't get so lucky.
The only time we're ever safe is when we're in a place like this with these ruins up. How do we... I mean, can you do that for us? Can someone do that for us? Can we get a place that's safe?
I mean,
What are those rooms? What are those things?
Look,
I
we don't even know how to do those. Georgia did them for us. And honestly, ever since she's been gone, like, we don't have the way
Livy,
to make it.
can you
But
do that?
I can. Listen, Sam, listen, hear me
Yes.
out. we can be of mutual benefit to each other. Georgia taught me how to recreate these runes of obfuscation, so we can help protect each other. You've got to at least consider it.
Unfortunately, and I'm not denying that we can't work together, but I personally don't want the girl to get shot again just if we get raided. She needs to be out of Dodge.
If Georgia knew so much, perhaps she has information on a place we could use to store the gal. She may be missing, but I'm sure she wrote information somewhere. Perhaps
Georgia-
this is a good place to start.
Endewo, Georgia is not missing. She turned herself over because she felt that was the safest thing to do.
Either
with the
George is
weather
dead
whip.
or she's our enemy. Now, I do have a bit of an idea, okay? But before I act on it, we need to know that she's not just stable, but that she's going to wake up, right?
From what James is telling me, there's no medical reason why she shouldn't be awake. She didn't lose enough blood. Yes, there was trauma, but like that doesn't cause somebody to not wake up. So her not waking up, that's something else.
Unconscious or not, with no legs, she moves at the same speed. We still have to compensate for the fact that she can't walk or she's in a coma. We load her on the boat and we move.
Do you
But
know anybody
we
you
need to
can
work out the destination?
Yeah, do you know anybody who you can trust
Yeah.
that can just lay low?
Yeah.
Okay. I recommend
Fine.
giving them a call.
Can I just...
Sam, don't, please listen.
But that being said, with that out of the way, you need information. Right? You're fighting a war blind.
Yeah.
Well, that I can help you with.
Okay.
We've been keeping tabs on Weatherwood. Ever since they've been trying to hunt us down, we want to keep a leg up on them, as it were. So, we tracked down their base of operations during this op. We've been keeping an eye on their comms, at least their radio comms. And unfortunately, they went silent sometime last night. So, right now, here's what we can offer you. Their base of operations is right smack dab in the middle of Wall Street. It's at the USA's office. I don't know exactly how they're operating out of there. It is a government building, so I assume they pulled some permits or some favors or whatnot. But all the radio communications monitors, mostly dispatch and local coordination. Not really doing us much good. So my thoughts are they're using a landline for the more sensitive communications. Problem is, there's not really a way to monitor that without tapping into the line. Now, I don't know about any of you, but that's not exactly in our skill set.
I might be able to help with that.
No shit. Really? Okay.
Do a few jobs here and there.
Fair enough. If you can tap their
They're
phones,
operating. Go ahead.
if you can tap their phones, we can listen in and easily gather some intel, get a better picture of what we're dealing with. Because right now we're just doing our best to stay out of Dodge.
No. Sam, you said something about they went radio silent last night. What were you guys able to find from them?
Well, there was some commotion, I assume you guys. And then they requested eyes. Eyes usually mean they're doing their lookup, whatever their thing is. Merriweather said that you can see through walls or something as long as you had a name. But yeah. And then all of a sudden they said they were going radio silent, that they had been compromised. But
And
that's
you
the last
said
we
that
heard.
they're operating out of a government building
Yeah.
Social
in Wall
Security.
Street.
A
So-
U.S. Assay's
USA's.
office.
Oh,
So if,
They
if
do.
that's the case, then there is got to be some kind of public record. Might be worth looking at some government contracts that are available publicly.
Hmm.
I don't
Spooks
like the
don't-
idea of trying to sneak in again. Eh? Perhaps we listen to them remotely, but after seeing you in the hospital, maybe we stay away.
Honestly, and I think honestly you need to keep it lay low for right now. Maybe public institutions, make sure to avoid those for right now. You could have headshots around. You never know. But that being said, are any of you do they know any of you they don't know their names of? I know Livy and Rory are kind of up Schitt's Creek.
I just
gonna
got
look at
involved
Will.
yesterday.
Do they know your name though?
Don't think so. I think we even
You might be okay. And then what about you?
Mostly a ghost.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not sure if they know that you and Morgan hooked back up, but that's three faces they don't know. Or at least
I
they don't.
don't like putting myself in these positions. Black men don't fare well in government places. I'll only go in if it's an absolute necessity.
Well, we could always send you to fetch that car. Or,
I like the way you think.
yeah. That way we can send the nice white boys to to do the tap at the government building, and then one of you can babysit. Make sure you're around the girl, because I'm sure you don't want to leave her.
But this time, no waiting. I told you no waiting with the boat, and I waited. But this time, if you're not at the car, you're walking.
Oh, this will be an easy job. Don't worry about it.
The hospital should have been an easy job.
Which does. I still don't understand how the hell that went so smooth.
what do you mean?
still don't think it went that smooth.
Look,
One of us could have easily have died there. It was a
When I
miracle, in
felt-
fact, she didn't die.
look, when you and I met, there was what, 4 guys? You
You
said
mean
these guys are
give or take?
hunting
Yeah.
you actively. You took this kid from them. Wait,
They must have not
And
seen
they-
you coming or something.
that's what I'm thinking. But how? They had to have known we were going to be going.
Well, you were using the warded car, right?
What water
Yeah.
car? We were in my car.
Didn't we steal the car from them?
Yeah, but we dropped
They
that in
ain't
the
warded.
garage and then headed over to the dock.
No, you,
And this
mean-
is a
wait a
job you
minute.
said went smoothly. This doesn't sound smooth to me.
Hank like realizes something, kind of stops fiddling with the watch that he's been like nonstop fucking with the entire morning. Just kind of stares at it, opens it up, and just stares on the inside.
well,
What's going on, Hank?
Bitch.
What?
And he kind of just holds the watch up. I think this is it.
What are you talking about?
this is what?
Watch.
It's Charlie, the guy I told you about, kind of looks to Rory. The guy I asked you about. He gave this to me about, I don't know, about 15 years ago or some shit. Said it would, keep me out of sight.
Do you mind if I see that?
Yeah. Just kind of very hesitantly hands it to him, but does let go.
Yeah, takes it and looks it over. Do you have a description for it?
It's just like a basic silver pocket watch, but on the inside, on the inside cover, there's Native American etchings and the motif of a fox.
Kind of clicks it
I-
open and looks at this.
I thought it was just like a sentimental thing, you know.
Closes it and
Nice.
hands it back to you. Huh. Well, maybe whoever's not taking the whoever's gonna be exposing themselves should probably take that. If you don't mind, of course.
What?
Well, it's a good idea.
Well, if you're
He's
going
just
outside,
really rigid about it.
if you're going outside, either Rory or Livy, they're gonna probably ping you.
Are you saying that watch has powers?
Oh, is it the
You just
strangest
took a look
thing?
at it. You think it does?
It's only one really way to test it out, but sounds like it's been working for you already.
Can
Overtime.
I see it? Can I hold it? I was
Hank
just gonna
gets
see if there's any-
really uncomfortable.
Just show me if there are any markings on it, anything that I may have seen.
He just kind of shows you the inside.
As you kind of look it over, you do. It's not completely familiar, but some of the different symbols are very similar to the runes that Georgia taught you.
Mm-hmm.
What, Libby? Is that a good okay?
That is a good okay. I So Georgia showed me, how to seal spaces, not objects that you can take with you. That is interesting. We didn't talk about that.
Well, it sounds like you got everything you need. Time to maybe start divvying up tasks.
Wait. If we're talking about powers, what is it you know, Livy? Can some of these runes be used on the inside of a boat to give us an advantage? If we're going to be moving the girl, we need to put her somewhere secure.
Finally, we're speaking the same language. I think if it can be put in a car or a pocket watch, or we can put it on a boat, or
I don't mean to shoot any good ideas down, but we do have the ambulance, which is already pre-warded.
Yeah, we will take that.
And the ambulance go on a boat?
beyond that, like bigger picture, do you have any pens, ink pens? Yeah. Do you have any ink pens nearby? Some
There. Got some in the drawer over there.
I've got an idea. If they're in this building and what happens if we put it on us? Like, I could put
Okay.
it on my arm. Rory, I could put it on you. I mean, if you want to try, all of us, I mean, just so we can see, and then
Wait. I don't want any of that voodoo on me. I was going to tell you if it's on the boat below deck only, huh? I don't want none of this strangeness on me.
Well, they don't know that you're working with us again, so it's probably fine if you don't have a ward on you. But
Yeah,
if it's something that could work, Livy, I'm willing to try it.
I think we should. I mean, if we're trusting the ambulance and we're trusting the pocket watch and we trusted, all the cars that we've been in to date, there's no reason why we shouldn't try it.
And as we kind of as you kind of start kind of going over to the drawer and pulling up parchment, or I say parchment, too much fantasy, piece of paper, and start scrawling some runes on the sheets with the ink. Sam kind of turns to the rest of you and say, okay, so we have a wiretap and we gotta go fetch a car. It's 2-man jobs each. How are we doing this up? I think, obviously, Hank, you gotta go do the wiretap.
And they don't. If I'm not registered, I could come by and help Hank. And I'd really love to learn how to tap a phone.
Okay, yeah, that sounds fair to me. And then that just leaves the car. How do we want to split this up?
I'll get the car. I have a costume that makes me look like a driver. And maybe so they're less likely to pull me over.
Fair.
And the girl's staying here for a while, or we need to move her now? Or
No,
soon?
he looks at his watch. I'm going to give you 16 hours before you got to move her. So
Okay.
you have that time
End
to
of the
rearrange.
day.
If you want to make a call, feel free. There's a phone
Yeah, I
in the
mean,
back.
If this is all going to go on now, do we need more than one person from the car? Morgan, are you good on your
Well,
own?
you got to drive out to get the car and drive the car back. So you need 2 people.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The girl will be fine, Rory. We've got work to do. Keep your head in the game.
My work right now is keeping the girl safe. That's what I do.
There's nothing
So-
you can do for her here.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said to me already. They were wrong.
Well, Livy will be here doing wards and keeping an eye on things. If that's
Sam, there's got to be at least one person that can help in Daewoo. I know you don't want to risk them, but all they're doing is dropping him off.
honestly, everybody here volunteers their time. James already is heading back to work for the day. Made sure that you were good for the night. I'm the only one here right now, and I can't.
I mean,
Exactly,
if you're
yeah.
coming back, you'll just be there and back.
Same reason you won't leave Gabby here is the same reason I won't leave here.
But Morgan, take the fucking subway.
This is very unprofessional, eh? Get your head in the game. The girl will be fine. We're wasting time.
Do you really need 2
Just
people
drive
here
me.
watching Gabby?
We can't. We're not leaving Gabby here, like without us. Like there's just no way.
Do both of you need to be here? Is what
Okay,
I'm saying.
Libby. I don't know.
I mean, would this car that we're driving at, would it benefit from Livy warding it? Yeah,
That's why
That's
you're
what the
getting
watch-
the watch.
useful.
That's why you guys are getting the watch.
Yeah.
Come on, make a decision. We've got work to do, and you're doing the girl no favors by waiting and wasting time.
Go on your own, Morgan. I'm staying.
Fine, I'll go by myself, but it will take me much more time. Time we don't have. You
Just
need to be
leave-
professional.
Leave
Livy.
the car. We'll go back and get it later.
Livy, go with him. You know where my garage is. He doesn't.
I need to do the runes.
You're gonna be coming right back.
To be fair, I'm not sure what the runes are for. We got the watch. We got the building. This can wait for another time. I won't kick you up right away. You'll have time when you come back.
Do you
Just get it
promise?
together.
Do you?
I don't want to
Sam,
go with you either.
Do you promise? We need these. We're going to need these.
As long as you don't take 16 hours to get a car, absolutely.
Can I just talk to Libby for a second?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna pull Libby over to the side. Look, if you're gonna stay here, you're the only person in this world who I trust to watch over the girl. Okay, I can go.
But I would much rather you be here with Gabby. I can drop Indeo off. I'll come right back. Gabby can't. I'll be too busy with the runes, and I don't.
Listen to me. I think there's something that's more important than the runes. I had an idea. Okay. Tell me about what you've been going through. Okay. You're telling me you can do things now, right?
Yeah, but I can, but it's not. It doesn't. It's like something comes over me, and it's hard to explain, Rory.
What
I
can
don't
you
know
do?
if you'll believe me.
You don't know if I'll believe. I don't know what
It's-
to believe anymore. So just tell me. I'll believe you.
I've been hearing things. I've been hearing something talking to me, and it's given
Since
me
when?
this.
Since Rockport?
Do you remember when we first got out of the cave and we were surrounded and Georgia left us to just fend for ourselves essentially and we split our own way, right? Like we made that choice to leave and go off on our own, and in that moment that we were in the car and we were leaving, something just kept calling me, and it's been talking to me ever since that moment, and it said all I had to do was ask. And when those guys were at my Uncle Douglas's house, at my house, and Will was there, I thought I was gonna die, Rory. I thought I was dead. And so that's what I told them to do. And they did. And I don't know how, I don't know why.
But they did.
They did.
Look, you did what you have to do. I don't blame you for that. But you just told them to do it and they did it.
Yeah. And I don't regret it for a second.
Good. You can't be looking back on stuff like that. There's not enough time for it. But why don't you stay here? And I'll just put my hand on your shoulder. Sit with Gabby. Tell her to wake up.
Try.
Wake her up. Livy, wake her up. All right, Morgan, I'm coming with you.
And as you guys head down the stairs, obviously that was kind of hushed in the corner. I don't think anybody else heard that conversation. And as Rory and Morgan hop into the car and rattle off, Hank and Will hop into, well, actually they would hop, sorry. Rory and
Morgan.
Sorry.
No,
I have like your names here and yeah, I'm
Bro, I
confused.
can't remember Merriweather from Weatherwood, blah, 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 so
Yeah, it's all good. Rory and Morgan hop into the ambulance and head out as Hank and Will hop into Hank's car, parked on the side of the road, and also depart. Livy kind of approaches the door to the infirmary and kind of looks in through the glass as she reaches for the knob, and that's where we'll take our break. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so.
We'll be back.
I should have probably made that phone call then, but there'll be time when I get back from getting this car, right? To make
Oh
a
yeah,
phone call.
and we can
Yeah,
also
yeah.
kind of like do that off screen if you want. Kind of.
Sure, if you want, however you want that to play out.
Yeah, just because we're going a little deep here today.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
But yes, we'll be back here in about 10 minutes. Go get a drink, go take care of your biological needs, and pet your pet. And we'll be back here in just a sec. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are going to be continuing our chapter 5 here. As we continue on, we're going to be picking up with the wiretap crew of Hank and Will, the aspiring reporter, and man of mystery for Hank as far as just being able to do everything. It's like, I can do that. But yes, as we reset the stage here a little bit, get the ambiance going. Of course, the car to rattle up. We cut to you kind of rattling down the streets of near Wall Street. The air is kind of electric with the approaching storm overhead as you and two cruise through traffic. As the city bustles around you, you kind of chat a bit as vehicles and pedestrians fly by.
I want to specifically ask, like, so did you learn how to wiretap in the war?
No. I picked that up recently. No, that's just for my freelance shit. That's just a way to make good money. It's not frequent, but it's good money.
Okay.
Pays the rent in like one go, so I mean, hey, fuck it.
All right, so you seem like you know what you're doing. What's the plan here?
Well, we're gonna go up the pole. If anybody asks you, anybody fucking talks to you about what the hell we're doing up there, all right? You're in the fucking union. Tell them to fuck off.
Okay. I'll say, we're in the union. Fuck off.
There you go. Perfect. That's all you need. That's all you need to know.
Fuck
You
off.
can't fucking argue this shit.
Okay. All right.
Is it journalist?
Yeah.
What, like a snoop?
Sure, maybe like investigative journalism. I'm pretty interested in. Anything with a big story. But this is great stuff.
I can't
And
imagine.
if I could learn how to wiretap,
Well, how fast do you learn?
I'm a quick study.
Right, well, you got the first lesson here, right up in the pool.
All
It
right.
could take
Oh,
a
I
while.
get
It's usually fucking boring ass shit, but you know.
Oh, no, this is great. This is like, I've been going to class, but this is like a field study, almost
Sure.
like a field trip.
Sure.
As you kind of quiet down as you approach and turn onto Wall Street, begin to scan for the USSA office. As traffic kind of flits by, and you eventually spot the office and pull into a spot near the alley and park. As you kind of step out of the car and traipse kind of into the alley, you scan. You spot a telephone pole, which kind of begin to trace the wire back to each of the buildings.
Alright, so... looks like that's gonna be our guy right there. I'll kind of hop into the back of the car and put up the back seat, shuffle around. What's William's build?
I'm pretty. I don't know what does my character sheet say? I forgot what I made myself.
Are you a negative or are you just normal or zero?
What on what?
It should have an actual build.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because Hank's like 5'6", 130 wet.
Where do I find build?
I just threw
it
that
should be in the
together. I'm
center.
just wondering how he's like put
Gotcha,
together.
Gotcha. He's like he's kind of like me, like a little thin, maybe like 5'11".
But he's stocky. He has a +1.
I do have a +1.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm a little stocky then.
You would do more damage
Hopefully
if
some
you
of
did.
this will work.
I got a little thickness going on. Got a cake.
Boy.
Does him up, gives him a wig,
Purely genetic.
uniform,
Okay.
fake badge.
We're in the union.
Changes his
Fuck
face a
off.
little
We're in the
bit.
union. Fuck off.
As you emerge with Will in his new disguise, and you pull out before closing the door, you pull out a telephone receiver that is attached to just an old belt with a small spool of wire in one hand and a pair of strippers tucked into your back pocket. You head over to the pole in question. the wire kind of strippers, just wire strippers. Don't worry. As you reach the pole, you start climbing the pegs and quickly make your way to the top.
Both
I
of
know.
us, or just Hank?
Just Hank.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down there, like, looking up,
Yep.
looking official.
As he perches himself at the wires, he double checks the line going back to the office and begins going to work. He begins stripping the wires with the cutters and exposing the bare line before splicing the spool he brought with him into the main line. As he kind of finishes up that, buttons it up, and kind of perches himself onto the pole where he can kind of sit comfortably. He connects it to the phone before lifting the receiver to his ear and pinning it to his ear with his shoulder. Will kind of looks up, expecting more, and Hank kind of looks down.
Looking good, boss?
Get comfortable.
And as you settle in to wait, you feel just the first few flecks of rain begin to fall.
Fucking rain.
As we kind of transition from this scene, we go back to the firehouse. As Livy, your hand kind of sits at the knob, looking in on Gabby, watching her sleep quietly, pale but very much alive. You hear footsteps descend the stairs behind you. And as you turn, you see Samuel exit the flight of stairs and approach you, with kind of holding a deck of cards in his hand. I don't know if you're looking for a distraction, but you up for a game?
Yeah, sure. I'll
Kind
turn
of,
back to look at the door for a second.
as you look in again, Gabby's still sleeping. Before you turn.
What game are you thinking?
Oh, if you got $1, we can play some blackjack.
Let's go. I've been known to be dangerous with that.
I can imagine. So he kind of pulls the chair out for you and goes to the other side, sits down at the sitting table, and begins dealing. So, tell me about yourself.
Oh. Goodness, I haven't thought about myself in a while. It's a good question. Anything in particular?
Yeah, just trying to get a feel for who you are.
I come from a long line of strong-headed people. Grew up with one sister. Parents were pretty hard on us, but, in the right kind of ways that keep you straight. Always found a way to make ends meet and kept that line of thought as I came into the world on my own.
Yeah.
Felt a pull to help people and decided to look into some medical things, and here I am.
Oh, so you a doctor?
not exactly. They don't. They
Well,
don't make people like me doctors.
Naturally.
So, but yeah, helping where I can with as much as I can, and fixing people up, stitching people up that have been worse for wear, helping neighbors.
He kind of smiles warmly as he kind of deals the cards. And you want it? Well, I can understand wanting to help people. That's what we're trying to do. You know, ever heard of 369th?
Not familiar.
Oh. Not to brag, but we were an infantry regiment. You know, when the war started, you know, they had no problem with us enlisting, but they assigned us to a labor battalion instead, and shipped off to France. Rather than fighting, we were stuck digging latrines. And, that was at least until General Pershing finally reassigned us to the French army. Wasn't long before we actually became one of the most feared forces in the Allied. We ended up actually fighting for 191 days straight on the front. More action than any other American unit. The Germans dubbed us the Harlem Hellfighters. We never gave them an inch of ground. My squad was even hand-selected for special ops. But, you know, went from second-class citizens to Hommes de Bronze, or Men of Bronze. The French called us.
That's impressive.
You know, when we returned home, we were hailed as heroes, you know, marching side by side with the same white boys we were segregated from originally. And, Red Summer, you know, things back to normal. Some of us weren't going to take that lion down, though. You know, we took the rattlesnake from the 369th, and in parody of the Klan, we formed the Knights of Ouroboros. Kind of as a spit in the eye. We organized meal kitchens, voters, medical care for those that, well, they deem undesirable. Vets and even some civilians volunteer their time. James the medic works down at the docks during the day, but helps at the clinic when he can. Chuck, he's a locksmith by day, but volunteers at time in the kitchens when he's not here, keeping a subtle eye on things. And we have the kid Bex. He was my old radio operator. He works at City College over there, and does moonlights as a jazz cat, as it were. He also is our resident repairman and tinkerer. So I'm sure you've seen the radio upstairs. Modified by him. That's how we actually listened in. Bought that in the store. But we have others, but they come and go as they please, you know?
Naturally.
But, so, what are you planning to do with the girl?
Keep her safe as best we can.
Sometimes
Not
that's all
sure
you
if.
can do.
Yeah. Not sure if alongside us is the safest, but we'll keep her safe for as long as we can. We'll do whatever it takes.
You know, you haven't really been playing your hand. If you want, you can go ahead and sit with her for a while, if you want. I'll be out here. I'll keep an eye on things.
We really appreciate this.
Sorry, I can't offer more.
I understand that. I truly do, and I respect it. I do wish that you did, though.
Maybe in another life.
Fair. Thanks for the games.
For sure.
It was a great distraction.
Thanks for the dime. Make sure I don't spend it all in one place. As you kind of get up and head over to the infirmary, look through the window one more time before opening the door, heading inside. We'll kind of leave this here for a moment and then come back to it as we flip over to the car grabbing crew, the car fetching crew of Rory and Morgan. As must be all right. As the overcast sky basks the bustling streets of Manhattan of bluish gray light, you casually hum through traffic, flying through intersections like bees, narrowly avoiding cars as they cross each other with no lights. The two of you chat a bit as you make your way to Hank's garage in Harlem.
So you good
Rory,
with these? Yeah, go ahead.
this girl, she seems to have got inside your head. I feel like you're going soft. If you really want to protect her, you must be sharper than your enemies. You must be dispassionate at times. You must think about her as more than a person, as an asset to protect. If you're too emotional, your enemies will get to you.
I have been. I've been treating her as the only asset for a long time. Or as long as I can. I'm fighting against forces that I don't have the resources to fight against. There's no ways to protect someone, to protect from people who can see you through walls if you aren't able to be, protected against that. So, I've been fighting a losing war for a long time. We've been winning battles, losing battles, but I know we can't win the war unless something changes. So,
I never trusted her. But Georgia seemed to have a lot more weapons at her disposal than we had access to.
yeah. So
I
do these
wonder
Knights
if
of
there's
Bohr
not
Boris.
something there that we might be able to make more of use of. This
The
thing
Weatherwoods?
about runes. We need to know more.
This thing about what?
Runes, the runes they're using. This seems to be the weapons on which this war is waged. We should
Yeah.
know more.
Well, Livy does. She's able to use them. So.
When you
she's
say
working on it.
use them how well and in what way?
Well, she knows how to draw those protection runes, so she should be able to get us some protection if we can stay in one place long enough to get them down.
And we trust her? I don't.
Livy?
Livy and I, we go way back, but do we trust her with something this important?
Yeah. I trust Livy more than I trust anyone.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying. I've seen you sharper, my friend.
Yeah. Well, you haven't seen what I've seen.
And for that, I'm grateful. Honestly, when I got shot, I thought that was the end of things. But the break it's given me has allowed me to reprioritize my life, my goals, and my objectives. I've learned to become a harder man so that something like that does not happen again.
You stay in this game for too long, and it will.
This is why we need the best weapons possible. If there's more to knowing about these runes, I'm all for finding out, not using them, but knowing how best they should be deployed.
Sure. I'm with you.
As the conversation kind of dies down a little bit, you turn the corner into an alley and coast to a stop at a tiny garage. The doors are chained with a heavy padlock securing it. As you kind of walk over to it and produce the key Hank gave you, you unlock it and open the doors, revealing the Weatherwood car from last night, squeezed perfectly into this very tiny space. You're not really sure how Hank parked it and managed to get out, but as you kind of look, things start to make sense when you notice the driver's window is rolled down.
I'm looking forward to watching you squeeze in there, Morgan.
I don't know if I'll be able to get out without damaging the car, but I feel like they're more likely to pull me over if there's a dented bumper. Perhaps you can help me make a little space.
What do you mean?
Maybe we can, I don't know, scooch this car forward or something.
No, just get in.
As you look at it, you see like clear footprints going from like the roof, one on the windshield, one on the front of the car.
I'm gonna squeeze in the window, grumbling all the time. This isn't very professional, eh? Park a car like a normal man.
You climb, shimmy, and wiggle your way into the car before starting it and rolling it out of the garage.
I want you to make a roll for that. No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
That dex check, though.
Rory, I'm stuck. Suck
it in. Need 2 inches. All right. As you kind of enter the car rumbles to life, and you pull it forward. You stop in the alley, lock up the shed behind you, the garage, and hop back into the car. As Rory pops into the car, or the second car, and follows you out, you see the first few drops of rain fleck onto the windshield as you make your way back to the firehouse.
I hate driving in the rain.
We're in separate cars now, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'm grumbling to myself.
Yeah. As we get back, I want to say something to Morgan, but we'll do it as we pull into the.
Okay.
And Morgan should have the watch.
I have to watch.
Yeah. Because you're in the Weatherwood car.
And I'm in the safe car.
Wait,
As-
hold on. So sorry, just to recap. The ambulance and one car is ruined, and then the watch in the car that I'm in is ruined, but not the car itself.
The car is not ruined.
Copy that.
The ambulance is ruined.
Yeah.
And you're covered by the watch.
But he's not driving the ambulance, he's driving a ruined car, right?
I'm driving.
No,
it.
he's
There is
driving
no
the
room
ambulance.
Oh, okay,
There's-
he's driving
yeah.
the ambulance. Got it,
Yeah.
got it. All right.
The ruined car was left at the hideout last night.
Yeah, that was
George's
car.
old car.
Got it.
It has lots of bullet holes in it.
Yeah.
Good old Anubis.
So as you kind of head back, the scene will change once more. I love doing that. And it's been roughly an hour and a half as the rain continues down, and you've been just kind of holding this receiver, getting completely soaked. Will, you're at the
He's
bottom of the
kinda-
pole.
He's kind of like hanging back like this, and he's just like popping like peanuts. While he's just sitting there waiting for something.
Down here.
Is
I'm
Will
questioning my
actually
life
learning
choices.
anything at this
Yeah.
point?
I mean, this is like a stakeout, I guess.
How to tap phones. Stand at the
Yeah.
bottom of the
Yeah.
pole.
Yes.
Guard for the person tapping the phone.
As the rain continues, you see a straight up convoy of 4 identical, pristine Model Ts come to a stop outside the building at the USA's office. only feet away from you. As you stand in, Hank, 20 feet up the pole, soaked to the bone, kind of continues to drum. Notices that this out of the corner of his eye and hunkers down the best he can. Will, you stand in the alley at the bottom of the pole and do your best to look like you're supposed to be there.
Yeah, I'm doing something. Yeah, I have a vest on. I'm very important.
Yes. As a dozen G-men step out of the vehicles and into the rain, the convoy proceeds on and pulls into a parking garage down the street. As they file into the building, you do your best to keep your head down. Go ahead and roll me a stealth roll. Just Hank.
He does have the added disguise.
Not Hank, Will, sorry.
Which should help.
That's fair. It would give him a bonus die, it's not enough. So as they file in, you notice that the last one kind of like does a double take on you and breaks off from the group as the rest of them proceed inside and beelines to you.
To me?
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me, what is your business here? Kind of looks at...
I'm in a union. Go fuck your mother.
Excuse me?
I'm in a union. Fuck you, man.
You're part of the wireman union?
Fuck you, man. I'm in a union.
The fuck? This is... What company do you work for?
I'm in a union. I'm in a union, dude.
Where's your supervisor?
Yeah, like he'd be here. I'm in a union, man.
What? Who authorized this? I'm very confused.
You and me both, dude. But I'm just doing what my boss wants me to.
And alright, like...
It is, you know how bosses are.
No, I get it, man. Like, honestly, though, like, it's middle of the rain, I feel like that's not safe for him, right?
Ugh. You know, the union.
Oh, man, fucking union.
You know how they are, man.
Goddamn communists are gonna fucking ruin this whole nation. Ah, man. Bless you, brother. Just keep fighting the good fight.
No, yeah.
I hope that they don't...
Definitely.
Hope that you can get out of here soon.
Hey, fuck you, man. I'm in a union, right?
Fucking A, right? Fucking A, right, man. Alright, you take it easy. This guy, yeah, you're good, man. Take it easy. You. Alright, and as the G-Man and Will have this interaction, the voice crackles on the receiver below, or above, I should say. Hank, you kind of listen in as
Like hard leans into it.
As the phone line kind of goes live. Lieutenant Daniels here, sir. I'd like to thank you for the reinforcements.
Of course, Lieutenant. Now, it's been 12 hours. Have you made any progress?
Well, sir, I haven't had much time, but we put a warrant out with the local police for them, flipped their known addresses, and had Carter scry everywhere in a 30-mile radius. No leads yet, but it's just a matter of time.
In that time, have you figured out how they slipped past your watch?
Well, sir, my men were blindsided. By the time we got the package delivered, I was down 2 operatives, and so I pulled my local watch from PD to watch the ferry, and then had Carter scrying for any sign of them, but they slipped ashore using a small craft without him seeing that. It's my mistake, sir, for underestimating them. It won't happen again.
No, it's my mistake for thinking you could handle such a sensitive operation after your botched recruitment attempt. You're being transferred to the garden tonight.
No, sir, please. I can fix this.
Or if you're feeling insubordinate, I could just assign you to the greenhouse with Miss Schultz.
No, No, please. Anything but that.
That's what I thought. I'll be there personally to relieve you after the rally.
Really? Excuse me. Understood, Councilman. I'll get the men up to speed. Ah, fuck. As the line goes dead, he hangs up. Hank looks down at Will as the agent kind of disappears off into the office, and he gives Will a thumbs up.
Hank looks a little sick.
I look a little sick too. Are you coming down?
Kind of like sits there for a moment, just like not really sure what to do. And then slowly kind of closes everything up, packs himself up, and slowly makes his way down the pole.
Hey, boss, we should probably get out of here. It's the union rules and all with the rain.
Hey, look, boss says 4 hours is 4 hours. We do what we gotta do.
Yeah, but we should get the fuck out of here. Something happened. What's wrong with you?
Nothing. Let's go get in the car.
As you kind of hop back into the car, the doors close, and you disappear off into the rain back on your way back to the firehouse. As we switch scenes once more, because fuck fading out, we're just going to cut the track.
Hard cut.
Livy, you entered the room with Gabby in there, and in a modern setting, there'd be like a little beep, beep. Not here. It's just very quiet. You hear the rain kind of rattle outside, but beyond that, almost silent in here.
He's gonna approach Gabby's bed very, very slowly and put two of her hands on one of her small hands and just kind of look her over, take her fragility in, and just feel a heavy pang in her gut for everything that she's been through.
You feel her
Gabby,
as you kind of put her. You feel her heartbeat kind of slightly through your hands as it thumps in yours.
Abby, I am so sorry that you're going through this. I just wanted to make things better for you, and
The ivy drips slowly into her arm as the moments pass.
Livy's gonna take her left hand and just like put it on Gabby's forehead, just kind of like wipe her hair out of her face, and just leave her hand like just on the side of her face. Gabby, I don't know how this works. Gabby, if you you're anywhere in there, please, 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 Gabby, please. Would you please wake up for me? And if not for me, will you please, please, please wake up for Rory?
Her chest continues to rise and fall as her soft breaths continue.
Abby, we need to know that you're okay. I'm so sorry that this happened to you, but we need to know that you're okay. Gabby, please wake up. Please wake up. Abby, wake up.
Continues to sleep.
Livy's gonna reach for her necklace, leaving her left hand on Gabby's face. She's gonna take a couple deep breaths and just try to center herself as best she can. Abby, wake up, please. Abby, will you please wake up? Wake up for Rory. Wake up for me.
The breaths continue softly as nothing happened. And you feel a pang of almost anger. Maybe it's more frustration.
Gabby, please. Gabby, wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
As you say the final wake up, you feel something pull around your navel as you fall and you're yanked out of consciousness. As you somersault through almost like breaking through the water for the first time. You see before your many eyes, a panoramic collage of alien constellations and star-strewn seas. Small islets float along as you sail over them with your many multitude of feathered wings. Your complete perception of what things are going on is going through multiple sources, multiple eyes, multiple angles, and it is overwhelming. Whilst this is happening, a cacophony of whispers inundate your psyche with these two phrases. The Sorcerer Blackwood, the Spinner in Darkness. The Sorcerer Blackwood, the Spinner in Darkness echoes endlessly from multiple voices and multiple crooning beaks as they echo and reverberate in your psyche. I need you to give me a sanity check, please.
Oh, I can't tell which one's green. Sorry. Hold on.
Oh no. You got it. Oh, wait. That's an old roll. My bad.
Sorry. Hold on.
It's the one on the right usually.
Is- Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one.
You're-
Sorry, you all.
No worries. And a D4. As your brain just kind of shuts down from the overload of information and sensory. You snap back as your shoulder hits the floor and your head kind of hits the tile floor in the infirmary once more. You feel a little bit of something warm trickle down your brow as you just split your head open just a little bit. And that's where we'll leave this. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Go
no,
ahead.
I was just...
If you have, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, Livy would try to sit up as best she can and try to just take stock of what the hell just happened. That's all.
Okay. As we kind of pan away and we pull kind of outside to just outside the firehouse. As you arrive, Hank and Will arrive back at the docks, the rain has turned into a full downpour. You park down the block a little bit and run your way back through the rain to the firehouse, as to not kind of draw any more attention. As you kind of hammer on the side door, the peephole darkens for a second before the door swings open, and James ushers you inside. As you enter, the Weatherwood car is parked already inside, and a young man with densely curled hair fiddles with something inside of it. The others, including Morgan and Rory, are kind of squeezed around the sitting table, strewn with nickels and dimes, as they're in the throes of a game of blackjack. Samuel sits at the table and speaks without looking up from his hand. You find what you're looking for?
Hank approaches the table and kind of just sticks his hand out to Morgan. Watch.
Take it. Take your voodoo-infected thing.
Takes it and just immediately is just fiddling with it, rolling it through his fingers again. He's anxious. Something's like eating him hard. Oh, we got information already.
Anything good?
Don't keep it to yourself. Share with the
Yeah.
group.
Hank wouldn't tell me on the ride over. Come on, share it. Like, you've been acting weird since you got down from that pole.
So I can only guess who Daniels was talking to. The Lieutenant Daniels guy, the name we got back in the alley at your place, kind of points at Rory. Yeah, he made the call. It sounded kind of like Councilman Goldsworth. I don't understand. But anyway, thanking him for reinforcements. You guys need to keep a low profile. He's got a warrant out for you guys. He's looking. Like, the local beat cops are gonna be looking for you. So we need to find some place to crash out. I might be able to do something about that. He was absolutely blindsided, so I think the watch was definitely helping, definitely kept you guys covered while you got the call. There, Scryer, whatever the fuck that is. His name's Carter. Well, I don't know if you can do anything with that. Absolutely couldn't find us. Couldn't tell. They had the ferry on lockdown last night too, so they were shocked that we even had a way out. Miss Schultz? Does that name ring a bell?
This is Georgia.
Well, they have her. All right. Ellsworth threatened Daniels with a little trip to the garden. Or the greenhouse, whichever his pit was.
I don't know what that means.
Count yourself lucky.
Do you?
There's a rally coming up. He's supposed to be meeting with Daniels after it. It's probably for his campaign. It might be our best time to intercept or something.
No, you said count myself lucky that I don't know what the greenhouse is. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, you don't want to know.
I do want to know. That's why
You
I'm
said that maybe she turned or she was a prisoner. Does the greenhouse point one way or the other? Is that where they put prisoners or people who are working for them?
That's a good question, Morgan.
Hank just kind of walks off.
This boy is truly annoying.
All right,
I
well,
told you, he was acting weird ever since he got down.
And he wanted that watch back a little too much. Cursed thing. It's probably affecting his mind.
He didn't even teach me how to tap a wire.
First, you must climb the pole.
Yeah, I saw that part.
Did you climb the pole?
No, I had to wait down below.
Well, then how are you going to learn how to tap a wire?
That's
if you're
what I
at the
asked.
bottom of the pole.
God.
so all right. So what it sounds like is you got a bead on this guy. You know where he's going to be. Is he? You said he was
Yeah.
taken over. Did I hear that right?
He walked off. I don't know.
Taking
I think
over,
that's
sorry.
what I heard.
If they're using a scryer, we should be careful. Means they're looking for us.
Could be a target though. We could track him down. We could take him out. Who knows?
Name
And
was
then-
Carter. Is that what?
Yeah,
was
Carter.
Prior, yeah.
That's what I heard. And
I
then
mean, that's not a lot to go off of.
no, you're right. But we do have a bead on there. We can stake out their office and track some people and see if any of the civilians or people coming in and out of there have the name of Carter. See where they go. See where their home is. It's
Yeah,
ways
we
in.
try to find a lot of big buildings like that have a sign-in sheet. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. You can easily do a little bit more digging there. Now, who was making this call? He said something about Ellsworth. Is
Ellsworth and Daniels?
Daniels?
Lieutenant
Okay.
Daniels, yeah, he's
Isn't
From what I
Ellsworth
understand.
the?
the councilman.
guy-
Yeah, he
Isn't he run for mayor or something? Governor?
Yeah. Think so. Sounds like it.
Something like that. Politician type. Well, maybe squeeze him. Seems like he's in charge of this. Who knows? So.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get him, that's a big deal, but it also makes us a much bigger target.
Usually,
I mean, we'd have to question him without drawing suspicion. Being with the my student newspapers organization, I might be able to see if I could get an interview somehow.
that might be an angle. But without the information he has, I don't know. Sounds like he was withholding something that he knew. Hard to go off, but let's see.
We should be careful about what target we select. Our prime focus needs to be protecting the girl. We don't want to overreach, trying to get involved in other business.
And honestly, if they're working at this operation, wouldn't it be the maybe he kind of trails off with a thought not completely finished.
Ellsworth seems to be the one leading up the investigation to find the girl. We can take out the investigation to find the girl, we save the girl. You know?
Even if you cause enough confusion, you can get away in the disarray at least.
What? So the goal is just to move to Tahiti? Spend
Sounds
the
like
rest of your days
Tahiti.
on
That's
the beach
paradise. That's where my old boss wanted to go to retire.
For a girl who can't walk, is it such a bad thing? A house with some rooms on the beach? Away from her enemies?
Away from this, he gestures to the window with all the fucking rain. So,
Whatever, the girl is your charge.
from the sounds of it, it
Yes,
sounds
we
like you almost
haven't
need
been
a
paid.
small army to take on what you want to, but I wish you the best of luck. There is extra clothes upstairs if you need to change there, we will.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
soaked.
But
I'll go get changed.
Livy's
With
out
that-
here?
huh?
Is Livy out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I not still downstairs with Gabby?
You're everybody's downstairs except for
Oh.
Hank. 'Cause Hank's the only one who stormed off.
Oh, I haven't been. Oh, I thought I was in a separate space. My bad,
Yeah, I
y'all.
thought
Oh,
you were
sorry.
still with
You can
Gabby.
come out of the infirmary. You came out of the infirmary, and we're hanging out with everybody. Sorry.
And
Gotcha.
I'm sorry.
My-
Is she all
by
bleeding
leaving-
from the head? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm still. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna be like what happened?
Rory, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
I
Did it work? Is she awake?
tried. And I couldn't get to her. All I heard was Sorcerer, Blackwood, Spinner in Darkness, and this isn't the first time we've heard this, Rory.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time we heard this.
Wasn't someone muttering that? Was someone muttering that?
Yeah. Someone who was
Just to give you a little context,
yeah.
it was when Rory went to his dream and knocked on Gabby's door,
Uh-huh.
and you listened.
Oh.
You heard that whispering.
so Livy has never heard it.
Livy, I think Rory told you about it, but
Yeah, I probably told you about that dream.
Okay.
you've never heard it.
Myself until just now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe we need to research what Spinner in Darkness is. Or who the Sorcerer Blackwood. I mean, we'll find out more about the Sorcerer Blackwood.
Yeah. I don't understand how I tried to get to Gabby and I couldn't. That's all I heard. Like, I think James was right that there's no medical reason why she's not conscious.
Think someone's doing this to her?
Someone is in her head. I am certain. I'm certain.
Just to articulate this a little bit better.
Yeah.
It sounded like her voice. The problem was you felt that your perspective was quite literally scattered across about 100 different sources flying in the sky. And with all those different perspectives, you had a voice for each one. But you were seeing them from your normal human brain that's not able to do that.
Mhm.
So just to kind of clarify that.
And then failing the sanity check means that I didn't understand that. So you reiterating it, I still didn't understand that.
Yeah.
What the narrator said.
Huh.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, do we ask the knights if they know what those two words mean? Or those two phrases mean?
It couldn't hurt. I mean, we need all the help we can get right now.
Alright, let's
I-
I'll go back to the
yeah.
table.
Is
Gabby heard Livy heard two phrases circling around in Gabby's mind. Livy
he looks bewildered, but he and
The Sorcerer Blackwood, Spinner in Darkness. It was
Does that mean anything to you?
Blackwood sounds familiar.
Sorry, just to recap, are we all in this conversation
Yes,
now?
yes.
Yeah,
Like,
you're all in this conversation.
Oh,
Except for
okay.
Hank, who
yeah,
walked away.
No, yeah, I'll say, yeah, no, Blackwood is Yeah, we're related to the Blackwoods, I think. I got some Blackwood cousins.
Okay.
This sounds like serious mess. This is the kind of mess we were in before that got me shot.
We never
Don't
got out
like-
of that mess, Morgan. We never got out.
Indale, you asked for answers. We're getting answers. And now you don't want the answers?
I never said I don't want the answers. I said the correct and logical response would be to run away.
So why aren't you?
I'm ready. Let's take the boat.
Run?
An island, hide away, use these runes for cover, and not confront these forces which seem far more powerful than us unless we have a weapon that is going to allow us to fight back.
And it buys us how much time, Morgan? Days?
Time to learn how to better fight these forces.
Let's just take it back just a second. Blackwood.
Spinner in darkness. Those are a few words together that sound not ominous at all.
No, not at all.
Wasn't Billy talking about like a ring or something?
Oh yeah, my cousin's ring.
The
Second
you guys
cousin,
have
I think. Or is he third? I don't know. I don't really understand how that works, but I know like a little bit about it.
what do you know about it, Will? I mean,
You know, my dad told tall tales. Family magic ring.
what did it do?
I don't know.
They're not tall tales anymore. They might
They
be
were all
actual
tall tales
truths.
with him. It's hard. Like I never really paid attention to that, so I don't really know. But I know. I mean, he's got a cabin. There might be some stuff on the Blackwoods there. I think, in fact, it's. Correct me if I'm wrong, Moon. That might be the cabin that he inherited from the Blackwoods.
Yes.
Yeah. No, in fact, like my dad inherited a cabin from the Blackwoods. Yeah.
And since your dad inherited that, then it's yours, right?
Technically, it's my mom's until I get power of attorney.
But if there's information there, which it sounds like there might be.
Go.
I mean, I went there. I found, some of his ramblings all across the house, so I can't tell you, like, most of it seemed worthless to me, to be honest. But if you're telling me that some of this stuff is true, then I don't know. Perhaps.
It's time we go back and take another look.
Yeah.
And
Not too far away, if I recall. Right, Moon? It's like a train ride.
yeah, it would be a day trip, but yeah.
Yeah, a little day trip. Mhm.
How many
So we
hours
think
do
there
we
might
have
be
left,
something
though?
useful in the cabin owned by Crazy White Man. He was enough trouble when he was alive.
Just
I
trying to figure out
never
what we need.
trusted
mean-
Georgia, but I think she knows more. If there's a way to get her and force her to tell us what she knows, we should seriously consider it.
Well, it'd help if Hank would tell us whether the greenhouse is a place where they lock people up or is a place where they work.
Yeah. I agree. We need to at least know that, Hank.
Hank, you need to come over here. You can't sulk in the corner. We're making grown-up decisions here, and you are sulking like a boy.
He comes out of the
Supposed
bathroom
to be
just.
a soldier.
Hank is dealing with his own shit right now. Thank you. Please leave a message after the beep.
Everybody's dealing with stuff.
But as kind of the conversation hits a bit of a dead end due to Hank's activities. James kind of steps away from the table. He was kind of expecting people to come back, but they didn't. So he's like, and he kind of approaches Livy and Rory. Are you ready to move her?
No. No, we're not.
Oh.
We need more time.
Getting to that time.
We need more time. You don't understand. We need more time. We can't move her now.
Look, if you can convince Sam otherwise, be my guest, but his orders are orders and I have to follow them.
Where the hell is he?
He's upstairs.
I guess that's where I'm going.
Did you not make your arrangements yet?
I made a call. But it's still going to be tough to move her when she's asleep out like this. I mean, she's not healthy, clearly. She still needs fluids.
Understandable. We'll get her everything we can from here, from our supplies. The ambulance will be perfect to move her. I'm just following orders, man. I'm not trying to break your
This
balls.
is James, right?
Yeah, this is James.
Okay. James, I don't think you understand. We're not moving Gabby yet. As soon as we can, we will. I'm gonna go talk to Sam. I'm gonna go talk to him.
He says, "Yes, ma'am." And he kind of looks over at Rory, kind of like, "Can you help me out here?"
I'm going to look at him like, you can't stop her.
Livy's already like
Up the
stomping her
stairs.
heels
Yeah,
up
yeah,
the
yeah.
stairs. Like, God damn it! I'm gonna talk to Sam. He's gonna let us stay.
And he kind of like,
16
as
hours?
Livy kind of razzle fragmedaganags up the stairs. James kind of like, I'm not trying to break anybody's balls, but it is time. You guys can stay here for a little bit, but if you made arrangements, it'd probably be best to do this before the storm gets worse.
Hank will kind of make his way back out to the group, and just trying to hide his left hand a little bit as he comes back out. All right, what are we doing? Gotta go
I
somewhere.
say we take the girl and go to the crazy white man's cabin. If there's stuff there we can use, we need to start to search. If we stay on the boat, we'll be mobile and harder to track.
We need to get this kid somewhere safe, man. We don't need to be dragging her around. It's the last thing we need.
Being mobile is probably the safest place she can be. Have Livy use her weird rune thing to keep her hidden, and let's keep moving.
Morgan, we can't use the rune thing forever on the road. There are going to be spaces where she'd be visible, you know? We got to find a place where she can be safe.
Like, we can move her, but we can't keep her on the move. She needs IV fluids.
I know an orphanage up in Harlem where I think she could stay. If we can get some runes on the walls. If Livy will do that. But...
Give her the watch. It's the only way I can actually help. I feel responsible for what happened. We'll give her the watch. They won't be able to find her. And they don't know who the fuck I am, so they're not gonna be able to find me.
But will you be able to stay sane without your watch? I saw the way you looked when you gave it to me.
The watch was given to me by probably one of the greatest men I ever knew. It's the only thing I have left of him right now. So yeah, I'm a little sentimental about it.
Big
I'll
gesture.
give it to the kid, though. Anything to
Alright.
keep her out of these fucking monsters.
And with
I
that,
didn't know you knew these monsters so well, Hank.
sorry.
I didn't think I knew him as well as I do. I still don't even know that much.
Yeah. There's still a few things you're not telling us, and clearly,
There's some things that aren't exactly easy to talk about.
that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry we pushed you so hard. I didn't realize that you've been through the ringer in more ways than one.
It's good, man. Guess you'd call this one. He kind of like shakes his, like loosely shakes his hand. His hand's a little stiff as he kind of like is just kind of doing one of these. Kind of pulls the watch out and. Oh, I mean,
I know you don't
kinda-
want to talk about it, Hank. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
we better get going.
Look, I know you don't
Hopefully
want to
it
talk
doesn't-
about this, but should we be trying to save Georgia? You don't have to tell us, but I need what goes on there. But I need to know.
She's in the greenhouse. I've never known anybody to come back from it. I don't know what they do there. All I know is it's not someplace you want to end up.
And with that, we're gonna kind of cut upstairs as Livy stamps upstairs, and Sam's kind of smoking, sitting in one of the sitting on the couch. He takes notice of you and puts out his cigarette as you approach. What can I do for you, ma'am?
Sam, we need more time. I know we said just 16 hours and it's time and now's the time, but we need more time.
Listen.
We're not ready to move Gabby yet.
As far as
Not
Sam,
ready.
okay, I understand that. And he kind of stands up to kind of meet you and like, look, I understand this is scary. It's way in over your head. I understand it. And I'm not unsympathetic to it. I just have a responsibility to my boy. Every minute you spend here is another minute they could just roll through with the cops, with every one of their things, and just take everything we've worked for. And that's not just affecting you and me, that's affecting everyone we try to help. Now, I'm more than willing to like give you some more time if you need to get her set up and stuff. But from what Roy was saying, the arrangements have been made. Now, if that's a problem, I can't really do much about it. Sorry.
Understand, and we are working on it. We have arrangements, but we still are going to need your help.
We can't stick our necks out. And I'm sorry, but that's the bottom line. And he kind of like begins walking back to the quarters.
Sam, no, you stop where you are. Listen, we need your help. You are going to help us. We can't do this by ourselves.
And he kind of stops and he kind of turns half back to you. He's like, my hands are tied. And he
By
kind of
who? By what?
my responsibilities. And he turns the knob, kind of shoves the door open a little harder than he intended, and walks in. Snaps the door shut behind him. As we kind of go back downstairs, the James kind of rolls the gurney into the garage and over to the ambulance. As Rory moves over to the other side, and he's like, okay, on 1, 2, 3, heave! And you both lift her up and slide her into the ambulance with ease. As the ambulance starts up, Rory kind of hops in, and the bay doors are opened. Livy comes downstairs to see the doors open and the rain come pouring down outside.
Any luck?
I'm just another failure right now.
Stop. We're doing the best we can. Glad you didn't do anything crazy.
Yeah, that makes one of us right now.
Look, she's gonna be safe with Mother Mary as long as you can get some of those runes up, okay? You gotta stay focused on that.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
As
Hank will. Oh, sorry.
oh, go ahead, Hank.
I was just Hank will kind of like holding the watch a little for a couple more moments and then passing it over to Rory. Just keep it with him in her pocket. It's somewhere. Just as long as it's with us, she'll be hidden.
Means a lot, kid. I mean, I know you're not a kid. I'll stop calling you that. This means a lot. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, just as long as she's safe, man. Do my part.
And as you kind of nod to each other one last time, Rory hops into the ambulance and rumbles out of the bay into the pouring rain as he proceeds off. They both proceed off to the orphanage. Will and Morgan kind of settle in with James at the blackjack table, kind of begin playing again to kind of just get their minds off things. Livy, you kind of aren't happy with the results, and the solution hasn't. The resolution of the conflict within you kind of hasn't found its seat. Your brain keeps working on it, and you remember you used something to kind of channel your power before, and it can be raw emotion, but you also had a saying. Remember the last time you did it, you said, "Would you kindly?" And that seemed to snap. So you step up, immediately bolt upstairs with this thought in your head. As we kind of transition scenes, once more, because I love transitioning. The rain pours outside as the ambulance pulls up to the orphanage and parks. Rory quickly hops out and rounds to the back, gingerly scooping up the broken girl in his arms as he proceeds through the rain up the stone stairs and to the oak doors of the church. Just as he reaches the top stoop, door creaks open, revealing Mother Mary.
Hi.
Hello, my boy. Is this her?
Yeah, this is her.
She solemnly nods and ushers you inside, closing the door with a metallic clunk as you enter. She leads you up flights of stairs, through thresholds, and down hallways.
Is the girl still is Gabby still on a gurney?
She's in your arms now.
Oh, okay.
As she kind of leads you into some of the more upper reaches of the church, places that you've only really seen things stored and like never really went to when you were younger. Eventually, you reach a door up in the dusty attic that she unlocks and opens with a bit of a squeal. to reveal a freshly painted room with fully stocked medical cabinets and fresh linens.
How long has this been here?
She kind of turns to you and, well, Orsino organized this for you.
What?
That was the least he could do.
When?
After you make the call,
You told Orsino?
Oh, I didn't tell Orsino. Orsino called me. Said that you'd be reaching out for help. Offered to pay for all of this. Said it was an apology.
That's true.
As long as she remains here, no one will find her. You can recover in
If
peace.
Orsino knows where she is, I'm worried. I mean, I'm glad to hear that maybe Orsino and I are on better terms than I
He
thought.
doesn't know about where the location is. He just gave me the money.
I see. Okay. Okay.
We will put her under another name,
Yes, please.
and she can remain here until she wakes.
Okay.
And we will let you know as soon as that happens.
Please. Yeah. I don't really know how to reach me right now, but I'll check in as much as I can.
Please do, my dear. I am worried about you.
Thank you.
She
I'm
nodded.
sorry, I don't have anything to give right now. I would if I did.
No, you've given enough. Time must repay it back. She kind of nods solemnly as you kind of sit in the room for a moment in silence as we kind of leave this scene.
Yeah, I also just want to mention that I do slip that watch into.
Oh yes,
pocket.
as you kind of deposit, lay her down on the bed, you kind of set the watch on the bedside table.
Or I'll even I'll wrap her hand around it,
Oh.
you know, while she's lying there in the bed. So it's just sort of I'll take a moment, hold her hand, and place it in there, curl the fingers around it, put her hand back down at her side.
As you look back and at the resting girl with a slight bit of a silver shine in her hand, you close the door, and the scene cuts to back to the firehouse. Livy, you basically fly up the staircase and beeline to the quarters door and open it up, throw the door open. As it hits the wall and kind of bounces back, you close it and lock it behind you. Samuel kind of looks at you, exasperated, and stands through your gaze. What is it now, ma'am?
Samuel, listen. I understand how you feel. I understand your reservations entirely. And I am so sorry for this.
For what?
Samuel,
And as he kind of there's a hint of concern and mild confusion in his eyes as he kind of locks into your gaze.
would you kindly assist us in maintaining safety however we see fit, however I see fit?
course. Anything for you. And that's where we'll end today's session of Occult Origins.